Focused Warrior Podcast, John and Aaron coming at you
Evening,
through
John.
your speakers. What's up, bro?
What's good, brother? What's good?
I love how we start conversations, dude, right before we hit the record button. It always gets me fired up, man. You and I have been going through it
Mm.
last few weeks. I think everybody has, man. And to be quite honest with you, bro, I think we need to just kick this one off, dude.
Yep. Yep.
Forget the how you doings and let's just get to it,
I
right?
agree. I agree.
So,
And look, the great thing is that we're coming from like you, what you're experiencing in America, and me, what I'm experiencing in Australia. And there's so much similarity, even though we're on
big
opposite
time,
sides of the world. So
big
yeah,
time.
this is gonna be raw. It's gonna be
It
raw.
really is, bro. And I'm going to tell you just for the listeners, right? What we're titling this tonight or today, if you're in Australia, is the fear of the unknown. There's so much uncertainty in the world, Aaron, with what's going on here in the States, with going on with you in Australia, with everything that's happening out there.
Mm.
There's so much uncertainty. And then, all right, now put another layer on that, Aaron. What's going on in your world?
Yeah.
What's going on in my world? So much uncertainty and it's scary and it sucks.
Yep.
And it's like, it makes you so uncomfortable, bro, that you're just not even sure what to think. So we got to open that up, Aaron.
Uncomfortable is a fucking understatement of a century,
Yes.
I think. Um, yeah, and you have a look at the political environment, you have a look at the economic environment, you have a look at, where we were 10 years ago. Fuck, let's even look at 5 years ago before this pandemic happened. Life was going really cruisy for a lot of people. There was a lot of work, there was a lot of money, there was like a lot of flow. Then all of a sudden this pandemic happened, a lot of things changed, and now where we're at the moment, and I'm going to reference it to my life. Like, yes, everyone's got a different opinion on how their life looks based on, the outside. Now, AI is coming in really fucking quick, and we've talked about it a little bit about, leveraging on it from a business perspective, but a lot of businesses are taking that on, and making their systems a lot easier. So when they are using AI within their systems, they don't want to employ someone. So many people are actually not being able to get a job, even if they're a expert in the field. I've
Yeah.
been, and look, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be, like I said, this is going to be raw.
Let's do it.
I need to have a job to be able to help me get by when I'm in those, the when I'm in the pit and in the darkness of not having regular clients sign up with you, not having regular business through LifeWave, and the money just like comes and goes. Rent's
Mhm.
still there, bills are still there. You still got to make sure that you're getting a regular income. And so for me to be able to have a backup financially, I need to have a job. I've been in the fitness game 30 years. I have a lot of experience in management, whether it be sales management, whether it be managing gyms, general manager. I fucking know. I've got some intelligence about me. I can't get a job
Yeah.
in the fitness game. Whether it be even just assistant manager or a manager of a small 24-hour gym, I can't get a job. They're looking for someone a little younger. So me being my age, I can't even get a job as a warehouse not even a supervisor, but a warehouse handy, just a warehouse person. Just something basic. I can't get a job. I look at it as something that I had to realize last week. I'm 55 going on 56, so I'm unemployable. And that's a really hard reality to face at you're 55. And, you look at me and you're like, you're not 55. I'm fucking super strong compared to my age. I've got wit about me. I'm sharp. I've got energy. I'm not looking at that, the 55-year-old that's telling those fucking pub stories. I don't drink, don't smoke, don't do drugs. Like I live a really healthy lifestyle. I'm unemployable. And the reality for me last week was that, hey, and we all know that I've been doing 75 hard for the last, 6 weeks. that for me, sadly, was distracting me from the work I needed to do with my own
Wow.
business, with my own shit.
Wow.
And that was my reality last week. So I got to a burnout point, and it wasn't a burnout of energy burnout. I was burnt out with the frustration of not getting ahead.
Bro, you were using your energy on the wrong thing.
100%, 100%.
Wow.
75 hard. Yeah, fuck, that's going to help me get where I want to be. Help, that's going to help me focus on, the thing that I needed to do for business.
Damn.
It fucking distracted me from it. I was
Damn.
more focused on doing the tasks on 75 hard than doing the tasks in business. We all know with
Damn.
network marketing is doing the cold calls, sending out messages, your DMs, like with your followers, when you're using social media as your marketing, whether it be from a network marketing perspective or in our respective coaching businesses. I put content out every single day. Am I messaging people that are liking my stuff? No. Well, fuck, what are you
No.
doing? Dude, you're not even running an online business. All you're doing, we talked about this offline. All you're doing is you're doing it for clout. You're putting content out, going, fuck yeah, like your
Yes.
shit. Dude, you're putting content out there to get fucking clients and you're not even doing that. Again, I was distracting
Damn.
myself with 75 hard to get my 2 workouts in, to do my meditation, to make sure I'm drinking the 4 liters a day, having all the right food, making sure I'm reading my books. I was distracting myself with that more so than reaching out to the people that are engaging in your content, because that's an online business, is it not?
Bro, yeah, I love how you're talking to the people right now. I hope you guys are accepting this information that Aaron is saying. Being very vulnerable, being very real and raw, which is what we do on this show. We call each other out, and I don't mean I call Aaron out or he calls me out. I mean we call ourselves out, right? And Aaron, bro, do you remember? You may know this quote from Alex Harmozy. He said, "It's okay if you want to have a 35-step morning routine." But he said, "I think I look at it a little bit different. I look at from the time I wake up, how quickly can I make some money?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, that eliminates your 35-step morning routine that you
Fuck.
have. That guess what, bro? Is a distraction to the real work that you need to
Yep.
get to after step 35.
Let me
You
ask you a question,
wasted
John. Let me ask you a
two,
question
three
there.
hours doing that. Man,
Based on that quote that you just good did, because it's like that was a fucking like it was a slap in the face to me. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on your morning routine, or are you actually focusing on how quickly can I make money?
dude, now, Aaron, because this is the thing, Aaron, I'll share this just really quick with you guys. I was in New York this week for work, and we were listening to a lot of really high up C-level folks talk. And one of them recommended a book called Get Things Done by David Allen. I started reading that, listening to it. And bro, one of the things that we do constantly, man, is we have this checklist that's up here in our head, right? It's nowhere written down on paper. You know what needs to get done, but you don't do it. And therefore
Mm.
it causes anxiety so that when it does come up and you're not in a position to do it, that's what happens. You go, I don't have time. I'm not in a space to do that. So, bro, I've had to shift with you on this
Bitch
100%.
voice, bitch voice, boss voice. Fucking Andy
Yes, I've
Frisella.
had to, dude, I've had to switch my stance on this because, yes, I agree, dude. When we first started this game, Aaron, you and I had to get a routine.
Mm, mm.
It was a must because we were scatterbrained like sons of bitches, right? We didn't know what the hell we were doing,
Yeah.
right? And you get a routine. And I think the reason why people talk about that is because for those that don't know where to start, you need something to at least get yourself moving in the right direction, right? So
Mm.
it's like laying the groundwork of the foundation. But at some point, the key starts, the ignition starts, and you've got to put it in drive, even if you don't know how to drive. And the thing is, Aaron, you do know how to drive. I
Mm.
know how to drive,
Mm. Mm.
right? To your point, to exactly what you just said, you and I blow out content all the time. But you and I, when we talk, do we ever say to each other, "Hey, Aaron, I love your content, man. How many people engaged on your content?" And you're like, "Oh, I got like 30 likes." How many of those people did you talk to?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. And
Fucking
I'm
opens
telling
up
you
a new
right now, man.
conversation.
I'm
Damn.
telling you right now, bro.
Yeah.
I have put that up into my head too now because that goes back to you know what you got to do,
Yep.
but you're not doing it.
Yep.
That is what the meaning of get things
Now,
done is, bro.
now, what does it come back to? It comes back to that fear. Like for me, not reaching out, judgment, fear of rejection, what people are going to think of me. it's like we talk about this all the fucking time. And I've said, I don't give a fuck about people's opinion. Yeah, but you obviously do because you're not
But
reaching out and you're not fucking
yeah,
and trying to engage. It's like, fuck. So, yeah, last week for me was that massive burnout. Last week for me is I went back to the drawing board. I had a look at my coaching programs. And I put another coaching program in there, which is an entry level coaching program for 6 weeks, for 497, which was a lead into my 16-week program, which is a lead into the Awaken the Warrior program. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're putting in all these fucking levels, yet you haven't got anyone in the last 3 months on one of your coaching programs there. See,
yeah,
I said it. I'm not here pretending that I fucking get coaching
no,
clients all the time. So,
no.
so what I did is I looked at it and, I went, holy fuck, I need to scale back. I need to do something different. So I've gone back to one core program. I still have Awaken the Warrior because I know that that 6 month program for men it's having its time. So I haven't got rid of that. So I've gone back to a 12-week program, 2 levels. We're doing a group training session, or you can do one-on-one with me. One-on-one is on 24/7 call, and we have a check-in phone call one-on-one every single week. And that's my 12-week program. That's all I have now. I've got a 14-day sprint, which is a 14-day trial. It's like a 14-day challenge that I'm going to be doing every month. So I needed to go back and go, all right, let's scale down, not scale up. And all you're doing is, mate, you can only scale up when you're at that point when you need to scale up. It's like you're not even there. Stop adding
But
shit.
most people don't want to scale down, Aaron. They think it's like a scarcity thing.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, that's a humbling thing. That's the way I look
I,
at that.
I would absolutely scale when it gets to a point where I've got too many people I can manage. 100%, you
Of
can scale
course.
in. But it's like I'm scaling up just because I'm getting desperate to get someone on board.
Right.
So I'm like, fuck,
Wow.
scale back, simplify it, and focus on the shit that you need to focus on. Like, stop
Man.
distracting yourself from and I'm not going to look at it as superficial because training 2 times a day, doing the 75 hard is great from a mental toughness perspective. But I always say, what are you doing on a day by day basis that is helping you move forward, personally, business wise, spiritually, and financially? And the only thing I was doing was I was only working on the things from a physical perspective. I wasn't look.
Wow.
There was an element of, the mental toughness, which is a spirituality. So I needed to, go internal. So there were those two. Relationship wise, my relationships are good, but at the end of the day, I'm not in an intimate relationship. So I didn't really need to work on that. I just needed to make sure that I was in touch with my brothers and in touch with the people that I'm close to. But from a business and financial perspective, that was the one aspect I was avoiding. And it always goes back
Mm.
to scarcity or
And
scarcity.
that, dude, that's the most important one, Aaron.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's the one. That's the money
Yeah.
maker, bro. And I love
Self-sabotage,
Aaron.
scarcity,
I love.
all the things. So yeah, that's been my week and that's the reality of it. So like I've had to really kind of turn my life a little inside out and go, mate, you need to reassess. And what you're doing is not fucking working. Get real with yourself. And that's kind of like where we're at. So 75 hard's on hold for a little bit. Doesn't mean I'm not going to stop fucking training and looking after myself. I am, but it's on hold a little. I've got other things that are more important than me completing a fucking 75 hard for the clout. So that's me. That
Oh,
was my story.
dude.
So, bro, I want to hear from you, man. We've got about 8 or 9 minutes left. So
All
I
right.
want to
Okay.
hear from
Okay.
you, brother, on let's talk through the reality, the realness, the what you feeling at the start of the week to the realization at the end of the week.
Anxiety, dude, was a big thing for me this week, and I'll tell you why. Because New York City, if anybody knows, when you travel to New York City, it's not cheap. It's very, very expensive. It is something that whether you save for 6 months or a year, you're still hitting your pocketbook pretty heavy, right? So all this week started, Aaron. I left on Wednesday this week.
Mm.
And when it started this week, I went back and forth. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. It's too expensive. I don't want to go. The underlining issue to all that, Aaron, was I was afraid of a new place. I didn't want to travel to a place I'd never been to. I didn't have any idea of where I was going. I wasn't comfortable. I was nervous. I was stressed out. There was a lot of underlining behind it, right? So, money, we'll call that the staple that I put on the wall. But meanwhile, internally, there were a lot of other battles for the demons that I was facing, right?
Mm.
I went, got there, got to my hotel, didn't want to do nothing, Aaron. Didn't want to go nowhere, didn't want to see nobody. I wanted to hide so bad. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Right?
Mm.
As I start to embrace it, bottom line is this, Aaron. As I start to embrace it, I go into the next 2 days, I go in head first, head up, engaging. I meet a lot of people out there, from our team, C-level executives there. They're speaking. We had a full 2 days of just nothing but speakers, dude, and a lot of gems and a lot of really good things, right? Well, one of the C-levels that was in there talking about AI, mind you, one of our
Uh,
chief AI officers, dude, talking about AI. Biggest thing they talked about was this back to the fear of the unknown. First of all, that was me, right?
mm,
But he said with AI, it's got to be we've got to be careful. And he started going on a rant about, security and we can't just let it run wild and all these
mm.
things, right? I imagine eventually, Aaron, if it's not already starting to take place, it's going to get regulated, right? We'll
All right,
save that for another time.
I'm gonna quickly add something in there. In Algeria, they've actually just implemented an AI minister in their government.
Okay. Okay.
So when you talk
Okay.
about dangerous and running fucking rampant, governments are now implementing it. Anyway, sorry, I just needed
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. So one of the C levels, bro, recommended a good, really good book called Get Things Done. And I just started that book. And that's where you really just resonated with me, bro, on, you know, what we're distracting ourselves with. See,
Mm.
you and I in the beginning, Aaron, we're talking about gambling, um, you know, drinking too much booze,
Alcohol.
watching sports, doing all these things, right?
Yeah.
That right there is one piece. And then you go, okay, what's the other piece? What you just called out. You and I know what needs to get done, but we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how many times are you going to say that? And dude, that's what this book's talk about. Is if you just have it up here, you know what needs to get done, and you decide not to do it, that's where your anxiety comes from. That's where you eventually start to get that imposter syndrome. That's
Mm.
where you start stressing out. And then guess what? I don't have time. I'm too busy. I was too tired. I was too stressed out. And bro, that's what I'm saying. Like from this opportunity that I took to go out there, did I like it? Did I have to spend as much money? No, I didn't. Did I like being out there without, really kind of just being in a tourist space? Yeah, I did not like that,
Mm.
but it was putting myself in a very, very uncomfortable situation that I did not want to be in and taking what I took out of there. And again, dude, it was me saying that I could do it. Even though everything told me not to do it, I did it. And that's what it was. That's where it came down to, bro. I was not in a good headspace. I didn't like it. It was very uncomfortable, but that's all it was. It was
Mm.
the fear of the unknown. I did not like it. So that's what it came down to, bro. And so yeah, that's in a nutshell, that was my week. That's where it came down. That's where it came down to.
Now, we said last week that we were going to follow on from, how our life was looking over the last 30, 40 years, both of us. And then now when you look at what we know now compared to what we knew fucking 2 or 3 days ago or a week ago, now you look at going, okay, well, what does 50 plus look like? Like, how does that life look like now? And I I like it when you hear a lot of older people saying, I'm too old to give a shit.
Yeah.
So that's when they just say what they need to say and they don't really give a fuck. So from knowing what you know and the accountability that you need to hold on yourself, like what now needs to get done? Because ultimately, if we don't get it done, it's all too fucking late. Things are going to collapse around us. So knowing what you know, what can we share? What can you share with the listeners on stuff that they really need to look at?
It's a billionaire mindset, Aaron, and it's this: less talking, more doing. So if you and I have a meeting about something, we should already have something in action. Same day, same night, something should already be moving. We have 15 ways that fail to get to the one thing that actually succeeds, right? And I don't mean starting a bunch of things, right? I'm talking about
Mm.
you have an idea, put it down. Try that idea. That didn't work. Okay, cool. What's the next idea? We're already moving. If we have an idea, we're already moving on it. And I think that's the biggest thing about get things done, Aaron, is it's not a think about it for 2 weeks, decide whether or not you're going to do it, then decide again, and then, oh man, 4 weeks have gone by since I've done this, and
Hmm.
you start getting anxious because you sitting on the shelf knowing what you need to get done and you don't do it. That's on you. Now, it's one thing if you have to learn it, if you're still learning or whatever it is, you're still jumping into action. You're starting messy, right? You're tripping over your own feet. No different, dude, than right when you used to learn how to ride a bike. You fell, scraped your knees up, and you got back on. You did it again.
Hmm.
So it's that billionaire mindset, Aaron, is just do and don't tell me what you're gonna do. Just do it, right? So if you and we have I think this secret little challenge going on that we know exactly what needs to get done. So now, if I go to your page, Aaron, or you go to my page and you see 30 likes on one of my posts for coaching, I should have reached out to all 30 of those people. And if I didn't, that's on me. I'm not treating this as a business. So I'm calling myself out on this too, Aaron. Dude, the lightning and the thunder has hit. And I think everybody just needs to realize that you don't need, just like Harmozy says, you don't need 37 steps to get started. You just need that first one. And guess what? Let that try to make you as much money as possible, as quick as possible.
There you have it. There you have it. Guys,
So
fucking take that on board. There's nothing to add to that because, I mean, that's just fucking in a nutshell what we all need to do. We all need to do that, you know. Start looking at, yeah, stop looking at other people. Stop looking at that external validation and just fucking get in there and just do the work. Simple as that.
the aha moment has happened for both of us, bro. Now it's
Yeah.
just time to less chatter, right? I love this podcast for you and I to be able to add value to people. But if people don't take our value and run with it,
Mm,
then it's just words.
I agree. I agree. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you as
Till next
always,
time,
my boy. Fucking stud.
love you, my brother.
Love you
Glad we
too,
got
man.
this one in.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. We're here for it. Guys, thank you very much. If you love the show, share it. And we'll see you next week.
Take care, guys.